Gemini.
Hello Gemini, this is your October forecast for 2013, and this month of October here is going to be really nice. It's going to be a fun month for you, and you so deserve it. And this is because now the sun and your new moon is going to pass through the fifth house of fun, love, leisure, do all those creative things, projects that you have been dreaming about but never found any time to do. So this is your time to give it a good shot, to hang out with your friends, hang out with your loved ones, hang out with your children, and do a lot of those creative things that just, at other times of the year is just that dream. Now the fifth house rules children, so you might spend more time, have a little bit more focus on them. Maybe they're going to be needing you a little bit more. And also the fifth house is new relationships, or kind of like uncommitted dating relationships. The seventh house is where we look for the long-term commitments, but this is just, fun and allowing it to kind of evolve. It's in the house of Leo. Leo likes to really express itself and come out with that inner true sunchild. If you're starting any kind of projects this month, well, it's a great time to do so, because projects, especially those that you have created yourself, they have a lot of extra oomph this month. And we have the new moon on the 4th. And you know what we say about the new moon seeds, planting those, right? You get this focus in this area only once a year. So while you're having fun, try to reflect on that, especially there on the 4th of the new moon, and say, you know what? I'm having so much fun and such a great time right now. I'm going to make a vow to myself that I'm going to put in a little time every month to just go do these things, whether it's bowling or parachuting or parasailing, whatever it is you find fun, that will be it there for you. Also, we have Venus in the 6th house. It's passing through Scorpio. It's a very passionate area of your chart. And for you, it is going to be changing from this area of day-to-day routine, looking at how you can streamline and organize things, and putting a lot of love into how you're doing it, because whatever it is you are sorting out, whether it's your desk or a closet or drawers in the house or at the office, well, it's going to be with you for a long time to come as you set it all up anew. So you're going to have, a joyful experience of that lingering. Then Venus is going to move into your 7th house of committed relationships. So if you just started a new relationship, just started seeing somebody or dating somebody here, while, the sun and new moon was in the 5th house, you'll see next month, throughout this month, and into next month, how that can commit itself, deepen. So it's one of those relationships, new relationships, should I say, that actually gets like a flying start. If it started in the 5th, it's going to move quickly to commitment in the 7th. It's actually one of the best times for anybody to meet and evolve quickly. Now, Saturn in the 6th house still is kind of showing that you are still a little bit not just focused on, but working on your routines, your health, working out, your body. Maybe your body isn't as, vital as it has been. It kind of asking you either to slow down from stress, listen to it, pay attention to it, give it the nutrients that it needs, do the walk around the lake or whatever, wherever it is you are, just to kind of get a little bit more fit, okay? And it's feeling difficult, maybe a little heavy to get there, but then once you start out, let me tell you, nobody, no other planet can give you more stamina and stick-to-itness than Saturn can. So actually Saturn is on your side to make things get up and going for you. Then we have Mercury this month. It's going to retrograde again, folks. So, it's like up to up to the 21st, excuse me. It will be direct, so you want to get all your ducks in a row and have things ready and prepared, because it's going to go to sleep here for 3.5 weeks. And for you, it's in uh, this house, the sixth house of organizing, restructuring, and then it's going to move back into your fifth house, for love and your children and so forth. So it might give you a revisit into the past where things were really, really fun earlier in the month. You can go back and redo or tweak. And tweaking is good when we want to perfect something. That will be between the 21st of October and November 11th. We don't want to purchase anything under retrograde. We know how funky those items can be, and then we got to go stand in line to return them after a little bit. So hold off if you can, at least to the beginning of December. Then Mercury will have moved out of its shadow, moving direct again, or get it early, here before, I'd say, October 15th would be good. Up to the 20th is good. It's turning on the 21st, so at least you're safe to October 15th to get anything of expensive appliances. Then we have a Venus. Venus is going to move out of Scorpio. It's going to move into, like I said, 7th house, which is going to be not just fun because it is a relationship house where it's romantic, but it's into the sign of Sagittarius. This is going to bring some of this emotional deepness that you've been feeling and processing, speculating and analyzing, right? Because when it's in your sixth house, well, sixth house is ruled by Mercury. Mercury will think, it will worry, it will logically take you from A to Z, and so you're intellectualizing your emotions, even though they're deep felt. They're in Scorpio. So you got this thing going on. But once it moves in here to Sagittarius, you'll feel how your spirit's going to lighten up. You're back to laughter. And Sagittarius is always very optimistic, very easy, happy-go-lucky. So that will be nice for you, and that will be on October 6th. So you will feel that shift, especially after coming out of Scorpio. You'll feel the shift of joy, love, and laughter there on the 6th. Then we have here the beginning of the month, Gemini, we got Mercury and Neptune. So you're communicating something, tying into what it is you ideally want, okay, your vision, your goal, your hopes and dreams. But then again, you might just feel like you're cut down dead in your tracks because the sun is going to square Pluto on the same day, and you might just feel that whatever it is you're sharing, and when you share your dreams, you're feeling very vulnerable because they're important to you. And when somebody will challenge it straight up like that, you might just feel like you'll stop dead in your tracks. And I think that could be smart. Why? Because you should never, ever have to feel that you have to defend your ideal, whether it is a spiritual ideal, any kind of ideal, something that you believe in. Think about Neptune is belief, right? So if they do that, just lay low. Then we go back to that saying, don't throw pearls for swines, right? Just hold it close to heart a little bit. You'll have your opportunity to present it a little bit better when Pluto is going to be a little bit more receptive. That will be on the 6th when Mercury communication is 6th house Pluto. And then you can reason it out. You're not just kind of like sharing openly. You'll kind of feel like you got to put it into a different format. That format should work very well with you because Mercury is your ruler. You are Gemini. So around the 6th, much better time. You will have them listening to you, actually eating out of your hand, because Mercury is also conjunct Saturn that day, which will give it a lot of roots, good grounding. And I don't think anybody would argue with you because your passion is also running high. Not just the idealism, Neptune can get very airy-fairy, but Venus is also shifting into Sagittarius on this day. That brings passion forward. Okay, so anything that you're going to try to say those very first days of October, and you feel that it's shutting down, you will have the opportunity around the 6th. Very great time. And then you might come a little bit up against like the same thing there from October 1st, when you get to October 10th and 12th. First, the sun is going to square Neptune, so you might feel that somebody might still come around and challenge you. So talk about October being ruled by, Libra, the scales. I mean, it's like you give this much, then you got to weigh it back up. So this month is going to be like this. But if you have presented your dream, which is so important to you, your goal, you shouldn't have that much of a difficulty in having to defend it like you would have had there on the 1st. But the sun is square Jupiter, so you might still have to take some kind of a stance for it. And that's okay, though, and I think that's more like the universe testing you and the fabric of the very thing that you hold as a dream or goal. Testing the fabric, how much do you really want this? Does this feel too hard, or are you going to be able to push through and get the people along, the people you need to come along and cooperate with you? So that's a test, 10th or 12th. But then we have Mars is currently in Leo, so Mars loves Leo because it's a fire sign, and they work very well together. And Mars has been going through your 3rd house of communication, so it's been busy for you. You've been back and forth. I see a lot of small little trips and communication with important people, networking, also more contact perhaps with your brother or sister. And this is now going to start slowing down after the 15th. You'll be busy up to then, but then I see your focus is going to shift more into home and family matters, where family members may need your attention a little bit more, and you may also, and maybe your house, your residence may be needing your attention. Maybe some fixer-ups projects may be coming around for you. It's in the sign then of Virgo. Virgo pays close attention to all little details and what maybe your eyes didn't catch these other months. You might have seen a little flaw here or there and kind of just made a mental note but didn't act on it. Just watch Mars kick into action. You'll see it and you'll go straight to it. Fix it right now. That's what Virgo does so well. And this Mars is, pretty happy at Virgo because it gives its energy to fix, and perfect. Then we have an exciting day, and that is when Venus meets with Uranus in a trine. That's one of those out of the blue, unexpected situations. It can come to you in form of, if you're a male, you might meet a woman just like that out of the blue. You could also, even if you're a female, you could fall in love with somebody here unexpectedly, or you might meet somebody who's very charismatic, different, out of the box, so to speak. And it may also be you here on this day where you're expressing yourself a little bit more unconventionally. Then we have the 19th, Neptune and Mars. They're at odds. They're in opposition. So to me, that's kind of like, okay, just make sure on the 19th that you don't sign any papers. If you need to, well, pay attention, close attention. Neptune can fog things up. Mars wants to just act on it and get it over with. Mars is always very action-oriented, but things may not be as clear as they need to be. Now, especially if there's any agreements going on, because this is going to be here. Mars has just kind of come into your 4th house area there. So it might be somebody in the family, some situation that needs some attention and healing. And as long as you're hearing exactly what they're saying, then your action can be good. Now, if you're acting according to what you thought you heard without reevaluating it, or revalidating it, should I say, well, then things can get a little messy, and especially just because Mercury is just about to turn retrograde. That's your ruler, the day and a half after, so it's already in the motion of slowing down. So you may not actually catch what they're asking you to do. And if it's a big thing, like a big project kind of thing, and you just run out there to act upon it, and then in the aftermath go, oh, well, I thought you said, you know how that goes, right? That scenario. Well, I thought you said, it's like, no, that's not what I said. Now we have to go and redo. that is the beginning of your Gemini Mercury retrograde here in October. So, well, let me see. You have also the new moon on the 4th. You have the full moon on the 18th, I'm sorry. And the 18th is falling here 25 degrees in your 11th house for hopes, dreams, and friendships, groups and organizations and so forth. So you should see something coming towards you that you could harvest, that you've worked for, and will somehow, reflect and shine, light up this house here. And so the 18th is a great day for just going out and about, being with friends. Now the light of the full moon lingers nearly like 3 days, the day before the exact day of the full moon, and then the following day, which then will move into your 12th house. So the first portion of it's going to be very social, and then you're going to feel like a big need to kind of just retreat, pull back. Yeah, so that is pretty much what we have. We do have Uranus, which is still creating a lot of changes in your social networks and circle of friends. You might have been adding new friends to your list. And you also have Neptune in the 10th house for career. These two planets move very, very slowly. So step by step, it's like you're carving your path here. And Neptune is guiding you, with inner subtle messages. So just always listen to your gut, listen to your intuition. That's what's going to bring you the new clients, the new jobs, and so forth. And also, whatever is creative is what is really ringing your bells here, Gemini. So this is what we have here for this month. I wish you the best. It's always wonderful to connect with you, Gemini, and I will see you next month. But hey, go listen to your rising sign and your moon sign before you log out.